I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quite so thirsty. I'm toxic and psychotic, with this logic you can't stop it. It's been chronic since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic.
I'm built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing, yeah.
I've been doing this, I'm on it, I just wanna be iconic. Sipping on a gin and tonic, got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play, I want it, you know that I'm always honest. Stay away from those who are toxic, keep them out your face, no way, you don't want them, yeah. Don't try to drain my energy, the enemy is everything. It's mentally, unhealthily, spreading like a rare disease. But I won't let it get to me, I don't need your therapy. I can leave a legacy of leading by intensity. Come on, we can fight this, freedom is priceless. Spread just like a virus, living in a crisis. Do you feel courageous? Do you seek greatness? Trust me, you can take it, go on and take your aim, yeah.
I'm built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing, yeah.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quite so thirsty. I'm toxic and psychotic, with this logic you can't stop it. It's been chronic since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic.
I'm built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing, yeah.
I've been doing this, I'm on it, I just wanna be iconic. Sipping on a gin and tonic, got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play, I want it, you know that I'm always honest. Stay away from those who are toxic, keep them out your face, no way, you don't want them, yeah. Don't try to drain my energy, the enemy is everything. It's mentally, unhealthily, spreading like a rare disease. But I won't let it get to me, I don't need your therapy. I can leave a legacy of leading by intensity. Come on, we can fight this, freedom is priceless. Spread just like a virus, living in a crisis. Do you feel courageous? Do you seek greatness? Trust me, you can take it, go on and take your aim, yeah.
I'm built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing.
What up, though? What up, though? It's Coach D. And tonight, we'll speak on the divine oneness. The first universal law. Shout out to everybody in the bushes. Shout out to the replay. Hold on, why my mic is bugging on my earphone. There we go. Can y'all hear that buzzing? Okay, I think I get it. My bad. So we're gonna talk about divine oneness. The link is dropped if anybody want to hit the link. This probably ain't gonna be too long. My plans changed the whole day. The whole day was coming. Yeah, but anyway, divine oneness. What is that? Very first universal law states that everything is connected by the Creator, the divinity, the one above everything, one who created everything. The one who created everything put his essence into everything. So we all connected through the divine. So that's divine oneness, right? Why is that important? Because everything is connected. It was just I was in the chat earlier, I was gonna shout the people out, but I'm straight. We'll talk about that a little bit too. But anyway, they're talking about all these religions and um how they all have similarities and it's like duh. Like I don't see why people ain't figured it out yet. I figured it out. I guess it was like practicing. But even if you look at it, you see they all have similar stories, right? Why is that? Because they all telling the same thing just from a different perspective. That's all it is. It's the same thing from a different point of view. That's all it is. All these religions, all these spiritual practices, anything you can think of. If you look at two different races of people that live across continents, you'll see they even do similar things, even though they don't have contact with one another. They do similar things, not the same, but they similar. Why? Because nothing exists that's never really existed. It ain't nobody creating nothing that's new. The internet, this, that, okay. Yeah, ain't nobody creating nothing that's new. So, do I got the? Let me see something. Okay, now the chat ain't dead. Shout out to the Raptors, man. Shout out to y'all watching from the bushes. Yeah, so ain't that none of the sun new. It's like even if you look at philosophy, they all saying the same damn thing. Is in a different way. They articulate it in their own um, perception of the experience that they had, but it's all the same. Crime, uh, negative and positive, is all the same. It's done. Things evolve, but murder is always going to be murder. Is always people find new creative ways to do it, but it's still always going to be murder. Water always going to be water, but people will find different things to do with water. Use it to replenish, use it to bathe, use it for fun. People find unique ways to use the same thing, but it is nothing new that didn't exist. Just a perception. That's the difference between using something and utilizing something, right? But all those religions. What up, Didi? Didi, they voted Lady Shay. What up, though, sis? What up, though? Didi, they voted Coach D out. So I'm gonna make him suffer with Coach D for a couple weeks, and then we'll go back to the word. But yeah, thank you, Didi. Yeah, they voted Coach D out. Yeah. So anyway, so Coach D go come and irritate him for a couple more weeks, and then the word will pop back up. But yeah, so it's divine oneness. Everything is connected. That's why we have so many similarities. Like this, think about trees. You know how many different types of trees there are, but it's still a tree. And they do different things. They have different benefits. Some of them can harm you. Plants, same thing. All these different plants. I mean, different tomatoes is they're all tomato, but they have their own unique distinction. Just like all these religious practices, people say, and you got to think about this too. A lot of these ancient things were made for people, and they created it because of the issues they was having in that time period, right? So a lot of those practices and beliefs are tailored around those particular people. That's why some people try to use it like, oh, this don't work. You're right, because it ain't for you. That's why it's not working. Like if you like when I practice different religion, I understand the people and I practice it in the mindset of the people who it was made for. Because doing anything other than that, trying to use my perception to understand an Eastern or Asian philosophy, I don't live like them people. They don't live like me. So trying to understand why they do things and why things are done this way and what this is never go hit. It's never go hit. 755, what up though, sis? Appreciate you, appreciate you. Y'all make sure to hit that like button for me. I'm trying to one day grow up and get 30 likes. I'm gonna get me some. You know what? Hold on. I got the perfect. I forgot all about this. If y'all can kindly hit that like button, I'm just a little small YouTuber, and one day I want to get up to 30 likes on a video, and then I just show my progression in this thing. I'm not slinging hate. I'm just trying to help you love me, love you, love ourselves. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to give the positive what the negative is, so we can have some balance, right? So if you just take a second, a moment of your time and just hit that like button and tell somebody to tell somebody. The more people, the show, the more people we grow, right? Like I said, I ain't out here slinging crack or cane. I'm out here trying to give some information. So if you can kindly hit that like button, I appreciate it. All right, I'm done flying. All right, so let me get my serious face on. Let me get my serious face on. Yeah, 755 is one of those that. But yeah, divine oneness. Everything and everyone is connected. So that's why we have similarities. We ain't the same. We not, but we have similarities. Because we all connected. Thoughts, ideas, emotions, consciousness. We all connected. You know, how we connected, that's a different story. I'm gonna leave that for you to figure out, because I don't want to know how people connect on their little weird, crazy levels, man. We got P Diddy buying $1,000, 1,000 bottles of lubricant, and all these people going over his house. What they doing, slipping, sliding? Like, nah, man. So I don't want to know how people are connected. I'm just telling you what it is. People connected, all right? But how you connect, I don't even want to know. Just understand this. Make sure you connect with people for the right reasons and not the Diddy reasons. I mean, and not the bad reasons. Connect with people for the right reasons. The right reason. But yeah, and that's why. This is why I feel like religion, all these different things, they shouldn't separate it, because you saying the same thing. Everybody got a God. Everybody wanna. Everybody worship their God, praise their God, pray to their God. Everybody do that. Everybody trying to get to the afterlife with their God. You know, everybody trying to do that. So no matter which way you doing it, that don't affect me. So, you know, it's the same concept. You know, we all gotta do right by our God. That don't mean you gotta hate somebody because they got a different God. Y'all all doing the same thing. Y'all working towards the same thing. So whatever you can build with people, like I don't understand why people don't think they can get along because most people go to work, do a 9 to 5. You go in the building with people you don't even know, then you work with them, and then you go home. And then after that, guess what? You don't deal with them no more. So why we can't come together as a people and do that? Hey, look, let's come together on this date. This is the problem. This is the situation. Let's talk about this. And then after this, I don't care what you do. I don't care if you go home and you start making little toy models of ships and stuff and putting them in bottles. I don't care if you go home and you put on a diaper and start walking around. I don't care what you do at home. But when we're together, let's just do what we need to do and then go our separate ways. Why we can't do that? Why we can't do that? I don't think I mean we do it. It's done anyway. You know, it is done. So if you can do it at a 9 to 5, why you can't do it to build a community, to help your community? I don't understand that. It's weird. Anyway. Anyway, we all connected, right? We all have similar stories of pain. We all have similar stories of triumph. So we all connected. Maybe we went through the same thing. Maybe I didn't learn from it, but maybe hearing your story and how you overcame it can help me heal. You know, this is the benefit of networking and working with each other. Little things like that. Little things become major things. You never know what a person has to offer. No, you never really truly know. Versus so, yeah. You know what, Lady Shay, for some odd reason, I always been like that. And then as I get older, I realized uh, helping people, I kind of help myself, just not in a monetary way. But it helping other people has definitely um, evolved, strengthened, and it continues to solidify my character. You know, so yeah, I understand what you're saying. It comes easy because I don't know what I need help with. You know, I don't know. I don't know. That's a good one. Yeah, that was good. But yeah, divine oneness. So all this stuff is connected. You know, all these different religions. That's why they was talking about Zoroastrianism, right? Um, it was. I can tell he was like reading from an article, right? Now I never practiced it, but I studied it. And he was accurate with a lot of things he said. It was not what he said; is what he didn't say. You know, he was comparing it to Hinduism. Um, and this is what people fail to understand. Like the Hinduism of old is not the Hinduism of new. It's not the same thing. You know, even the practitioners, you know, of who actually practice it in the East tell you it's practiced different in the West, and that's for a reason. You know, we talked about, you know, like all this, like when people say occultism and all this. Let's go back to the video about Madame Blavatsky and Serapis Bay. I did a video, you know, on that, but I gave y'all the root. Like people talking about what's my man name? The crazy dude. I forgot the crazy dude's name. Why is his name slipping my head right now? Aleister Crowley. You know, but Aleister Crowley had an inspirational teacher. And even that's why I told you who Serapis Bay was, because even Madame Blavatsky had a teacher, you know. But Madame Blavatsky basically ushered all the new occultism into the East. I mean, to the West from the East. She went and learned it, put her twist to it, and regurgitated it. But even when you look at Hinduism, like it was some stuff that I came across. I can share those resources with you, but to be responsible, I have to. I got some stuff in storage. I got to go get. A lot of this religion and history stuff is stuff I did in my 20s. So it's like after learning from it, I just began to apply it, and that's why I talk about behavior and personality. Because even knowing that stuff now, I got I got clarity on behavior, more science, I guess, if you want to say, like understanding that science. I'm telling you, when I say divine connection, so science was created to what explain the mystics, what wasn't known, right? Because science wasn't always around. Right before science, we had the mysticism. That's what we had. We had we didn't have science. So the people who couldn't understand that created something to understand it. That was the. I mean, you can go look first science practice in ancient Kemet. When you go back there and look, and you see around what time they did that, it wasn't the Kemets. It wasn't the black people. It was after it was conquered, and they was trying to figure out what the hell these black people doing in these pyramids, and they couldn't figure it out. So they created science to figure out what the hell was going on. That's why science literally tries to mimic God. What they call mythicism or spirituality, all that is, look, this is the secret of spirituality. All you're doing is allowing the divine to work through you. That's it. Just like the plants and animals do. That's what spirituality is connecting to the divine and allowing the divine to work through you. Living inside out, not outside in. Y'all walking around humans with souls trying to do these human things to save your soul when you're missing the whole point. You're a spiritual being having a human experience. Why are you having a human experience? Think about this. The creator of all, right? Let me tell y'all the story. Riders, what up, sis? And I hope this don't go over y'all head. There's only 4 people in here. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to give y'all the sauce, right? You don't have to believe me. Just think about what I'm about to tell you, because this is coming from the divine, right? I'm going to channel for y'all real quick. Give me a second. So check this out, right? The divine, the creator of all. There's nothing the creator can't create. There's nothing the creator can't be, can't have, can't do, right? Except for one thing: experience something on a human aspect, and I'm using that very lightly. But think about if you had everything, right? You don't know what nothing is. You don't know what nothing. You don't know what being weak is when you only been strong. You don't know what being vulnerable is when you're not vulnerable to anything. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is what the divine's dilemma is. This is why if you look at every creation of the divine, it's okay. It's lower, then lower, then lower, then lower, then lower. Because even though I took this off, I still am dominant. So let me take a little bit more off. Let me take a little bit more off. If you look even in a hierarchy, it's levels of angels. You have the cherubim, you have the archangels. Those are different levels of the creator. He created that. A lesser version of itself. That's what the creator did. So even when you look at us as human beings on this earth, right? Would you say we're the most dominant species? Well, no, because there are species of animals that eviscerate us, right? But the creator gave us something to even the playing field, the ability to think. And with that, we create things to even field, right? So even though this thing is physically more dominant, I can use what the creator gave me and create something else that levels the playing field. So this version of the creator, us as humans, has the ability to experience things that the creator can never do. And the ability to do that, we can expand consciousness. With every new creation, that's what we do. With every bad creation, that's what happens. So the creator just made a lesser version of herself. Even if you get down from, the creator down to the animal, down to the insect, it's still just that's why I say it's all divine connection. We all linked. We all are aspects of the creator having an experience. That's why they say, oh, we're an avatar about it. But your soul and your consciousness is not the same thing. Listen to what I'm telling you. Your soul, that internal navigation system, that's part of the creator. Your consciousness is you. Now, how you go navigate or where you go drive the creator to? You go drive it to do positive things or negative things? Because you would make the car go. You the engine. You the consciousness. This is where the variety comes in. Is the consciousness. Yeah. People should learn how. People have to teach themselves how to learn. Yeah, to continuously teach yourself how to learn. So you have to learn and relearn. As you get older, this is what they say: wisdom. The understanding for wisdom is a formula, is an occult formula, and I keep telling y'all that wisdom, right? And people be trying to debate me on this. Well, knowledge is higher than wisdom. How is knowledge higher than wisdom when even when you look at the definition, it states that wisdom is knowledge practice. They telling you now. And before they didn't tell you. But now they telling you. Wisdom is knowledge practice. So time, knowledge, and experience will equal wisdom. Think about something you've been doing since you was younger. The more you did it, the more you learned about it. The more you learned about it, the more you can have predictability when it occurs or when you're doing it. You tend to get quicker at doing things. You mature, you become wiser. You begin how to utilize it versus just using it. East Dad, what up, though? Appreciate you. Yeah, I just gave him the sauce earlier. I don't know if they was ready, but I hope y'all understood that. I hope that didn't go over nobody's head. But yeah, the divine oneness, we all are extensions of the creator. We all had a creator within us. It's just what we gonna do with it. Or y'all remember that song? All my melanated people who grew up going to church. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. You know what that little light is? That's the divine spark. That's the creator within. That's why in the Bible it says you cannot find me in no temple, in no building, everywhere. Why? Because that's where you at. And that's where the creator at. The creator is within everything. This is why it's important to get to know versus believe. We was talking about belief yesterday. That's just the process. But we all should be developing that divine connection within ourselves. Understanding our emotions, understanding us, our thoughts. Why do we think the way we think? Is it due to what we experience? How often do people ask themselves, why do I think this way? Why am I thinking this way? If you have anytime I have a bad thought, I'll be like, damn, why I think like that? Anytime I do. If I have a negative thought, that's the first question. See, I had to put programs in my head. Y'all think I'm lying. I'm telling y'all the truth. The more you do stuff, the more innate it becomes. That's how you develop habits, right? So if you can develop bad habits, you can develop habits that'll benefit you. And what benefited me at that time, and it still currently does, is for me questioning myself. Not to be reactive when things happen, but to understand what's happening. because a lot of it got to do with me. See, this is where experience fits in, right? Because some people may not have the life experience of a mistake your life can end, right? But me, I was in the street, so I seen that happen a lot. Slip of a tongue, saying something to the wrong person, and it's over. So I had to be methodical to survive. I recognize that. I was look. Mama ain't raised no fool. I never tried to be hard, but people, because I could fight, people was like, okay, don't mess with him. Just let him be. As long as you don't bother him, he all right. That's how people treated me. As long as, because I was humble. I was always cool. I'd rather make money. I ain't trying to fight you. I'm trying to make money. That's how I looked at it. But if I had to fight, I had to fight. And I usually made sure that people didn't want to fight again. All right. So the point I'm trying to make, I don't even know what we're talking about that. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is like, so I changed. But to change, I had to stop doing what I was doing. But see, like I said, it's life experience. Some of those lessons I took with me because they're beneficial, right? And one of those lessons is I be trying to articulate my words so I don't say nothing to offend nobody. But if people get offended, I can't do nothing about it. But one of the lessons I learned is that it's people in this world, because they can't obtain something, they don't want you to get it. And they will fight tooth and nail, not for them to achieve something, but for you not to have something. And jealous people, envious people, I had to learn my lesson about them because I had some close ones like family. But you learn from it and you grow from it. It didn't traumatize me to the point where I don't trust people, right? I just know I don't give my trust to just anybody. Everybody ain't just worthy of my trust, because that can get me, that one mistake, letting one wrong person in, especially when you're trying to do something with your life. Now, if you ain't doing nothing, people tend not to bother you, right? You just mediocre. And I think that's why people settle for stuff like that. But when you really trying to make moves and do something and be somebody, people go hate on you, baby. People go hate, baby. They go hate on you. They ain't gonna want you to be great, not because you ain't great. It's because they can't be great. That's because they can't do it. They're not capable of it. So even in the Bible, it told you that the serpent had a seed and Eve had a seed, because the Creator, the God, said your seeds will be forever in conflict. So these different people, they've been telling us the same thing over and over and over and over and over, different ways. All these religions have told you, and we still suffering from the same thing. We know it's snakes in the garden. And this is the crazy thing is, I don't think half the time the snakes even know they snakes. Do the snakes know they snakes? I don't think the snakes know they snakes. I really don't. Not until they get the head chopped off, and then they have to realize, like, dang, I was the snake. But half the time, I don't think these people, I don't think they look at themselves like I'm a snake. Because people are so, this society, people are so accustomed to justifying bad behavior. People real quick to justify some bad. Well, they did this. I heard somebody today, like this he clearly, Caucasian, right? And this is one of the channels they told me to go check out, right? So I'm watching them. I've been watching them for a couple of days. I typed in the chat a couple of times, but I wasn't gonna hit the panel because I don't like drama, and I'll be watching then drama anyway. So today Dude was like, "You called my wife an N-word." He was like, "I didn't do that." So dude played the video. He clearly said the N-word. He didn't just say the N-word. He said it with an ER. Right. So this is a Caucasian dude. So it's like, okay, y'all was spitting some game over here, but I'm not interested no more. You know, it's difference. Look, I'm not saying it's right. It's just a difference, and I'm gonna show you. Uh, Usually, when people non-melanated background say the N word, they generally say it with an ER. But then you do have those anomalies where you hear, a white person say it with the A, right? And then you realize, like, nah, they grew up around black people. Like, they say it like we say it. It's a difference. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just telling you it's a difference. Because when you say it with an ER, you mean that shit. When you say it with an A, it's like, what up, though? I'm just being real. when you say it with an ER, nah, bro. I don't care where. I don't care if you black. If you look, I don't believe all. Look, this is just. I don't believe nobody should say it, but I definitely believe all black people shouldn't say it. If your ancestors ain't been through slavery, I don't think you should be able to say the word. That's just how I feel, because that's when it was created. That's what it was created for. So anybody outside saying that, it ain't a word of endearment for you. So why are you saying it? So that's just how I feel about it. I don't say it anyway. I say ninja, especially if I'm greeting somebody. They're my ninjas. You know, um, but yeah, I don't say the N word, and I understand because it was once part of my vernacular. So I understand. When people, it's part of your vernacular. I can't. I just don't use it, and I don't like it. But I can't dictate what other people do with their life. I only ask people, please try to refrain. I understand if it's part of your vernacular, it's just you're unconsciously saying it sometimes, but just try to, that's how I feel about it. But anyway, so back into what I was saying. Uh, Mic check. Is this on? Okay. That's a dangerous snake. I know. I know. I know, I know, I know. Yeah, some of these people don't know they're snakes. They don't know they're snakes, but they are. Just because you don't know, don't take away the fact of what you do. And like I said, most people, I think the reason why, just from my own personal observation, like people, they justify their bad deeds. And then like it's the terminology. People use words the wrong way so often. Even concepts. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just starting to notice. At first, I wasn't trying to pay attention, but the more I pay attention, the more I wish I never, wish I had. I wish I had. But I'm here to help. Let's get back on track. Let's do the right thing. Humble yourself, man. Like if I don't know something and somebody willing to show me or teach me, I humble myself and learn. Why is that so hard for people? Like that, if you have the opportunity to learn something from somebody, especially for free nowadays, why is that so hard for people? And then when you start charging people, then they be like, "Oh, you fake, you this, you ain't doing this, you ain't doing that." Like, oh, but when I was giving it free, you ain't want it. Now you got a problem because I'm trying to make money off of it. Like that's weird. How do you feel if a person call you a Negro? To me, it just tells me I'm gonna be transparent and bluntly honest. If a black person said, I'm gonna have that conversation. Like, I wouldn't feel like the black person was trying to degrade me, but I will tell them like, if you don't mind, bro, I don't go by that. Had that conversation. And usually people cool with, especially black people. If you tell them like, hey, I don't, I never had an issue. But if a person of non-black descent said, it just tells me a lot about them. And if they call me one, especially in my face, I think they trying to. I think they. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I said, I'm gonna be transparent. I think they on a suicide mission. Excuse my you. They trying to. Oh, you said Negro. Uh, Negro. I don't. It don't bother me. Negro don't bother me. Yeah, Negro don't bother me. My bad. I read that wrong. I was thinking of the N word. Um, I don't really assign myself to none of that. I just know when a person of non-melanated culture, descent, race, whatever you want to call people, uh, when they do it, it's usually to insult you. So when they do it, then it's like I know your intent. You're trying to insult me. So um, usually I make fun of them. Because they expect a reaction, and when you give them a response, they don't know what to do. They like if a person like I just people just expected me like just to rear off, and then I just made them, and I ended up pissing the person off, and they took a shot at me, and then I was able to have fun. But yeah, Negro, I don't really assign to none of that. You know, so I participate in the United States, so whatever they classify black people as, I identify. But me personally, I don't identify with none of that. I am a divine being having a human experience. So that's how I look at myself. But when I gotta fill out documents, yeah, I gotta I check black or whatever it is what it is. I ain't about this. Look, like people, uh, this is what I'm focused on. Look, 755. This is the one thing I don't like about the internet, and this is why I don't really take people serious, right? Like people be wanting to come on here and tell every single thing they want to do, right? Like they just spill the beans, right? And I'm like, if you want to be successful in life, you have to strategize. And a lot of times you can't expose your strategy, especially if you trying to do something um, that can pivot different things in society. You can't just come on here and spill the beans. But that's what people do. And then they want to argue and get mad, like, oh, you fake, you didn't. No, I'm just intelligent. If I'm a plan to do something that changed the course of my family's history and put us in a good position, I'm not about to sit here and tell everybody about it. Not online. If you really about that and want to build, then yeah. But like I didn't heard people say you got to do this, you got to do it, fight the system. Like you yelling and screaming. Like I know you ain't serious because if you was really about it, you would be scheming. You wouldn't be screaming. You would be scheming. You would be in your garage trying to figure out how to do this and how to do that. That's what you'd be doing. But you online just yelling. No, you're just trying to get attention. Because if you was really trying to do something, really make a change, you wouldn't be trying to draw attention to yourself. Mm-mm. No, no, no. No, you wouldn't. So no, I ain't about to be on here. But like, yeah, if I was about to buy some acres of land and start a community, I ain't about to be coming on here. Nah, we can talk about it. We got other ways of communication. Let's do that. We can build towards that. Y'all, you really want to do something? Let's not do it online, and because that's how things get. That's how the wrong people infiltrate like that. Nah, so I can't take people like that serious. Where they say we won't change. Okay, let's talk about it. Just not on here. Like, come on now. Can you imagine when the Black Panther Party was forming, if they had YouTube or Facebook, or you think they'd be on there tweeting and stuff? Hey, y'all, look, we about to start a food program for the poor people, and we ain't gonna need the white people no more. Man, they would have shut that down before it started. That's the only reason they got stuff done because they just did it. They did it without publicizing it. And they just did it. That's what I tell people, man. Just build your man. Look, there's communities in America that function and thrive, and they don't have a lot of the same problems that a lot of people got. But they're a community. That's the thing. Can we come together as a community? You know, we can't. I had people question me because my wife not black, right? And then people said, well, I'm not gonna say they said it about me, but I heard a gentleman say, when a black man have a kid outside the race, that they trying to kill the black race. And I'm thinking like, damn, I can understand that if Like I wouldn't. But then you say, well, what's the black experience? Like my grandmother. Like when I think of like black culture, I think about what my grandmother taught me, what my mother taught me, what my father taught me. Um, so that's what I'm instilling in my kids because that's me. That's what built me. That's what created me. So that's what I'm instilling in my kids, right? So how they not black if they at least half of me? They talk about the one drop rule. No, I'm talking about culture, upbringing. Um, I don't equate poverty and pain to the black culture. That's an experience a lot of black people experience, including myself. But don't we go through that so the next generation don't have to? So my kids will be growing up black. You know, the way people raise their kids different. So I can't speak for everyone who married outside their race and had kids, but my children will have a black experience, even the food. My kids mainly around my family, you know. Their grandmother and grandfather. My son met both his grandmother and grandfather. He still remembers his grandmother, but he really remembered his grandfather. He had him until he was 3. So even now, he still remembers. So anyway, but they don't have their grandparents on their mother's side, and a lot of her family don't even don't rock with it. So they're growing up around my family. They got cousins and stuff they go play with that's Middle Eastern, but majority they around my family. So uh, yeah. So I mean, different people raised different, but they will omit me and my seed because of a because I didn't have a seed by a black woman. So I'm omitted from the whole conversation about black. That's what people try to do, and I'm like, well, how many kids you got? One dude had 5 kids, but 3 different women, and you ain't with none of them women now. No, so I mean, technically, you did more harm to the black community than I did. You did more harm. Well, we gonna talk about what we can get done. I mean, I don't know. This is why I say I'm straight. Instead of coming talking about what we can get done, they want to, okay, we going to start judging each other's deeds, But I thought we came together to build, I'm willing to build with you, even though I'm not married to a sister. You don't see me breaking down no sisters. I uplift the sisters. Why? Because them sisters. I know every man who date outside their race don't think like me. I'm not saying they is, and when you talk about them, I don't take no offense because I am not them. I don't take no offense. Now, if you personalize it and try to attack me or weaponize it against me, we'll have a conversation. We'll have to have a conversation. Because just show me. You show me where I did something, then, it is what it is. But if you can't, then conversation on. But the whole point I'm making is this, especially when it comes to people. Don't stereotype. Just let people show you who they are. I don't stereotype. You can hear somebody had messed up pat. I'm gonna be honest with you, right? There's one thing I do judge, right? I don't like strippers, prostitutes. I don't respect them. If they change their life, I'm fine with that. I personally, and that's just a preference, I wouldn't date one. It just comes with things that I don't desire. It comes with things that I'm not equipped to handle, right? So that's a responsible choice, right? But other than that, it is what it is. Been watered down, let's be honest. 755. And that's what and I don't even be throwing that in people's face. Like even me, I know I got a white great granddaddy. I know that for a fact. That's where I get my last name from. So I know that for a fact. on my daddy's side, my daddy's dad. My daddy's dad. I think it's like third. I'm third or fourth generation from. Um, yeah, but he bought a female slave in our family and freed him, and his family shunned him. So yeah. So like I know my history. Well, not all of it. Like I don't know about my grandmother's father, but I know about my grandmother's mother. My grandmother's mother. I just don't know about her father. My grandmother never really talked about her father. Not when I was older. When I was younger, I remember her talking about her dad, but not when I was older. I don't remember. Maybe if I go back, I can remember what she was saying. Huh. Never thought about that. But yeah, and people argue this and that and that and this. Like if we can get stuff done together and it's positive, it's progressive, let's just work. But we go sit around and point the finger. Yeah, like that's the only thing. Like it's I don't know. It's weird. People really search for things. Like that same person was searching to see if I had a criminal record and all that. They just wanted to get me out this group. Well, no, that's a different story. But when I got kicked out that group, you know, the final straw was my wife wasn't black, so I shouldn't be mentoring black boys because I might entice them to date outside their race. Like what? I'm not talking to them about dating. Like that's wild, bro. Like yeah, yeah. But that's how that happened. People will look for things. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? 755. We all get our preferences, right? We all get our preferences. Yeah, but that's what I'm talking about. It is. I don't see like even life, right? Like even I don't know. It's like I've been doing this for almost 2 years now, right? And I see a lot of information. I don't know if people, it's some people who felt like the things I was saying, I was talking about them, and I'm like, I'm not talking about you. I'm just talking about behavior. I'm talking this stuff I'm saying is coming out of books, right? And if you listen to me, if you take what I'm saying into context, a lot of times I use myself as an example, either my life experience or something I observed. You know, like I don't know. I don't know 755. Yeah. And see, that's what I'm saying. Like, and people get upset at you because you don't do what they think you should do. Like, if a person is here to help and benefit and they have resources or knowledge or something to offer, why would you care who they date? Like that shows like you kind of feeble minded. You're feeble minded. That's what you are. I'm just being honest. You're feeble minded. Because who a person dates, who a person marries, that don't say nothing about their character. What is this person doing? What do they deeds show? Now, if they like I said, I'm not saying it's black men out there because I done checked a couple of them. Like they think because my wife ain't black that I don't like black people. It's people out there. I experienced it. Like, oh yeah, don't black. Nah, bro, don't do that. My mama black, bro. You got life bent, bro. And just because my wife Middle Eastern, I don't think that don't make her better than no black woman. No, see, this is the thing. I fell in love with my wife. My wife fell in love with me. That's my complimentary piece. Even though we have differences, we don't focus on that. We focus on the similarities and we build off of that. I respect her differences. She respect mine. So I mean, I'm no less black because I'm with a Middle Eastern woman, and she ain't no less Middle Eastern because she with a black man. I encourage her to embrace her culture and teach our kids because they have Middle Eastern. Yeah, teach them too, so they know. And I'm gonna teach them too. People be like, "Oh, they confused." No, because they got daddy. Just like we sitting here talking about divine oneness. I'm gonna connect it all for them. I'm gonna connect it all. It's ain't it funny how we say there's a God that created everything, but then we bicker about race and religion and politics. We bicker about the same thing. We bicker about what man made, but God made all man, right? But we bickering about what we made. There's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. People say love, 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 but how can you love and hate simultaneously? Like, how can you love and then hate? Nah, man. I mean, it depends where your level of consciousness is, right? I'm just being honest. I'm gonna say this and probably get off, you know. Um, but check this out. It depends where your level of consciousness is, what you're aware of, what you're emotionally attached to, right? That's what it is. Because at the end of the day, we have a lot of issues, and they all come from one thing. You know, you have the haves and the have-nots. People at the top got to keep the people at the bottom to stay at the top. That's just how it works. Always work like that. You know, whoever at the top, as long as they can keep the bottom from the top, they stay up there. That's just what it is. I repeat, if you at the top, as long as you can keep people at the bottom, you can stay at the top. And that's what we see. That's why when you have people who came from the bottom get to the top, why you think they don't try to? Because they learn. They learn what it took to get there, and when they get there, they learn what it's about, and then they realize, like, damn, like, damn, I can't. You know, it sounds good, but I can't do it because this is just how it is. The haves and have-nots. That's just how it is. You know, Mansa Musa was probably the only person in history to try to level the playing field when he went through the continent of Africa and just start spilling gold, making poor people rich. It almost destroyed the economy in Egypt. There wasn't no balance. Everybody had it. So if everybody had it, there's no way to control. That disturbs the whole system. Nate, what up, though? So it's always gonna be the have and have not. But you have the have nots complaining or arguing about who have not more. Man, we be fighting. Look, man, if you never traveled the world, you know, it's bad here. All right, you know, it's bad in America, but it's even worse in other places. I'm just being honest with you. It's worse. You know, the only experience I can ever experience is the black experience, is being black in America. But when you see what other people come from, when you see with your own eyes how other people experience life, you'd be like, damn, let me get back to America. I ain't lying to you. You be like, I'm straight. Let me get back. I deal with that over there than deal with this. That's why they created that term. You deal with the devil you know and not the one you don't. Listen to what I'm telling you. A lot of stuff as a black America I went through in America. As Black Americans, a lot of things I went through, right? From other people and my own people, from people who look just like me. I went through more stuff from people who look like me than not. But anyway, that's not the point I'm making. The point I'm making is it's messed up, right? But then you meet somebody. Even think about like a Ukraine refugee, right? It's story. Can you imagine experiencing a missile hitting your building and you stuck in the rubble for 2 days, and when you finally get crawled out, you've been laying next to your deceased family member for 2 days. Can you imagine the psychological trauma you will experience going through something like that? Living your life, running from the cartel, like people in Mexico, they just trying to live an honest life, you know, got a little farm, trying to do a little thing, and one day, these people with, weapons come through and just do whatever they want to you, your farm, your family. You can't do nothing about it because they eliminate everything. Can you imagine living like that? You just want to live a regular life, man. You just want to do a little farming, pick a couple apples, and call it a day. But you can't do that because you know. So you might have it hard, but just know it's people who have it harder than you. So I never discount anyone's experiences. Just like I don't want nobody to discount mine. Because there's people in other countries living good also, never experienced nothing bad. So how can they tell me about my life? Just like I can't tell nobody about theirs. That's why I don't compare my pain to other people's. That's weird to me too. That's another thing that's weird. Y'all stop doing that. Let me get off here. I'm gonna get in trouble. Stop comparing pain. Look, your pain is yours, right? That's what you endured. That's what you have to heal from. That's what you got to overcome. That's yours. Don't go out here like my pain is worse than yours. My pain is worse than yours. My pain. You feel me? 755. That's what people be doing. They be going out comparing pains. Like, no, I'm not comparing my struggle. I'm not doing none of that. No, we can build and learn from one another. What did you learn from your pain? What did you learn from your struggle? Let's do that. Let's do that. Okay. Let's start building and learning with one another. Let's stop comparing. Going around whipping out pain, comparing it. Look at my pain. I bet you my pain is more than yours. Like people weird 755. They weird. Did he stop laughing at me? They weird. Y'all need to stop doing that though. Stop comparing pain. Stop it. Yeah. But that's a great example. They just whipping the pain out 755 and comparing it. Bet you my pain is more than yours. Yeah, people weird, man. That's what they do though. But these are the things that prevent us from coming together. Look, we got issues, we got problems. I'm actually good. I'm good. I'm good. I don't really have too many issues or problems. I kind of figured some things out. And I live a decent life. I don't live no celebrity life. I don't live a rich life or nothing like that. But we all happy. And that's the key is happy. That's what everybody get all that stuff for, is to be happy. So I managed to find a way to get the happiness without all the materialism, but we happy, so that's what's important. Do we want more? Of course, and we get more, but the happiness allows us to navigate a lot easier, it does. It really does. You got a good person by your side. You enjoy the good even more, and the bad is easier to endure. I'm just being honest. With my wife, that's how it is. We enjoy life, and when it's bad, it's easier to go through it with her. So that's why I wouldn't trade her. That's why I don't care how people feel about me marrying outside my race and all that. It's like I understand, but I wouldn't. Me personally, I wouldn't care. I'd be wondering, like, why do people, like, that's why I say people look for things. I can see if I was out here bashing black women, I can see if I was out here bashing black people in general, and then you find out my wife ain't black, then like, okay, that adds to it. Fact. But if I'm not doing that, what are we talking about? You now everything becomes hypothetical, and that kind of shows your insecurity versus what I'm actually doing or my intent. But that just shows your insecurity. Because even I notice a lot of people who, a lot of men who complain about other men not being married to black women, they're not even married. They're not even married to a black woman. Some of them get multiple baby mamas. Some of them get multiple baby mamas. But I'm not out here. I don't think that's look. I tell you, because I got sisters, man. I don't want no dudes just knocking up my sister and leaving. I don't think that's a good representation of a black male. I think we need more representations of black males who stay with the women they decide to create life with. You know, that we need to see that. Now, I can't produce that image of being with a black woman, but I can show you the strong father. I can show you a man willing to, a man who, with the mother of his children, rearing their children. I can give you that image. It's just not with a black woman. And I'm not promoting, you know, out of race. I don't promote that. You know, I really don't. I don't tell black man, oh, go get you a Middle Eastern woman because I'm happy with mine. I don't promote that. I promote black love. I think black people should, you know. So there. And I think people should just do what makes them happy. If it's white, black, orange, purple, green, Santa Claus, Smurfs, you know, do what makes you happy, man. Do what makes you happy. But that's all I got. Let me get my behind off. I gotta get up in the morning and go to the planetarium for a birthday. But I appreciate y'all, man. Shout out to the chat, man. Shout out to the chat. You mentioned that you checked the black box applications. All right, human race. You know what? I haven't honestly like for 6 years straight. 6 years straight. Always checking other. I don't even check black no more. But like when other people but I haven't really been doing my paperwork like my wife and my mom. And, so they always check black now. I always check other. But no, you're right. You're right. We humans, hue. We mans of hue. Humans. Mans of hue. Remember, we used to read left to right or right to left. Now we read left to right. We're reading backwards. Mans of hue. Humans. Yeah, but I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna do that other chakra series next week. And then I'm probably gonna do another. If y'all want little thumbnails and stuff for this series, let me know. I can create them. But with the universal principle, I probably just go come on and talk. But I can make thumbnails for y'all. If y'all want it like that, I can do it like that. But I am gonna talk about the universal laws, and then Coach D is go to his own channel. This one will turn back to the word, so look out for that. But yeah, Coach D will go back to yeah. They voted Coach D off the boat, so appreciate y'all, man. Shout out to y'all for rocking out with me. Y'all have a good one.